Okay, I had completely different plans for what I was going to upload this morning. I recorded a reaction yesterday to something totally different that wasn't new content, but it was going over a point that I didn't explore before. And now this is happening, so that is definitely getting delayed. The kitty on the front. So let's be real for a second. Elio's the worst kept secret in all of Star Rail. Either he is the cat or the cat is his familiar. It's one of the two. No one could tell me he has nothing to do with that kitty. So let's see. Let's see, kitty. Am I gonna need subs on for this? I think I might actually. Oh, girl.
The rest is up to her now. Do I need to lend a hand with Amphoreus?
No need.
The
audience for this act.
Okay.
The Astral Express is headed in the right
Hello,
direction.
kitty.
Facing the Lord Ravager.
The change of eye color.
That is the safest.
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen different eye colors for kitty.
Remember the oceanic planet of Lushaka?
Okay.
The script says that the Nameless will experience a peaceful trip there.
I'm all in on that. Also, whoa.
Will break the confines of Amphoreus.
Okay.
With
Huh?
her, paying the tragic price.
Wait, what?
In Destiny's worst outcome, a genius will meet a premature fall. And
Okay. So she essentially gets assimilated. That's awful. Damn, that looks cool though as a creature design. That looks awesome looking.
embark on a blood-soaked campaign in the name of the Third Emperor.
Oh, great.
If they go to the Agate world. The
Ah,
Stellarian
they're
disaster's
approaching all the
ground
new
zero.
ones.
The Express will brush past Selenova.
But on the other side of the cosmos, the Xianzhou
Oh.
Alliance will
Oh,
stray
no.
from the Trailblaze and return to its original end.
Ah,
The Eighth
hi.
Lord Ravager's ascending wings will sound the
Yeah.
prelude to divine
Okay.
war. As for the glass belt,
These are all the worlds we
that
covered
stage for the
before.
morning actors,
That's sick.
the black hole and the white hole will devour each other at the end.
Welt versus Zephyro. Oh, let's go, man. That's a fun fight. Let's go. You could tell it's Welt because of the cane and because of the scarf. Our boy Joachim is gonna kick some ass.
Of that script, rupturing the cosmos.
That means going to each of the other worlds. So they're gonna approach Edda Star with this because so far all the other worlds they've listed are ones that we were offered as choices, and all of them have bad endings. Really bad endings for the universe.
For that road leads to the most ferocious enemy, Zephyro.
Yeah.
That's enough. Just thinking
Oh,
about
are
it is
they
scary.
showing them as
There's
sin
nothing we can
firsters?
do if it really ends that way.
Ooh.
Fortunately, Destiny is still on the right track. Only two possibilities
Okay.
remain.
Also, we owe Black Swan
So the
because
chances are
us going to
50-50.
Amphoreus avoided quite a lot of
Impossibility
these
A,
outcomes for the
remembrance
universe.
of
She
Amphoreus will
unintentionally
still head
was the
towards
goat.
destruction.
See you tomorrow, little Gray.
Thank you for fulfilling my wish.
Stand with me
Rough.
and become heroes.
We will definitely write an
Oh,
ending like
the
none
little
that has
man.
come before.
Farewells
The
are
music,
unavoidable
too.
for the Trailblaze.
Yeah, it is.
On the road to defy the destruction, we must become used to
Oh,
loss.
the breaking apart. That's
in
rough.
order to continue onward.
The music is so good. Oh.
Or there's possibility B. Something more tempting, but also more terrible.
By terrible. Go on. I'm in.
In the name of love, she will treasure all that has faded till the end of time, when the remembrance becomes the fourth kind of finality.
Oh, yeah, we saw this
At least
hinted
that
at in the ending.
will be gentle enough.
Ooh.
Oh, come on. Please make sure it doesn't happen.
The gazes of the eons will
Kitty!
soon all fall.
Oh, Silverwolf's
upon
petting him.
Amphoreus.
Why don't we meet them at the next stop after Penaclony wraps up?
Please. I want to see.
There better still be a next stop.
Please.
Don't worry. The views of the road ahead are already reflected in those eyes.
Yeah. Hi, Elio. How you doing, kitty? They didn't have you speak at all.
A tomorrow where the stars shine.
Oh?
And Amphoreus' life.
Hey. Hey.
People meet each other from breaking apart. And
That's
face
the light.
farewells by
That's the
embracing.
memo sprite. All in the book.
Remember to take a deep breath, partner. Then
Ooh.
walk towards tomorrow.
Data. Oh, I'll go back through this in a second. Data deletion. Oh, no. Stop. That's rude. That's rude, man. They're doing it again. They're making Serene willing to take the same sacrifice. Ugh. So, worst kept secret ever. They may as well have just said, oh, look, here's Elio. And just lifted him up. Good kitty. We knew this already, though. I've known this for years. He's appeared in Myriad Celestia trailers. He's appeared in Light Cone form near Sam. He appears in Kafka's official art. Like, come on. The one thing I'm wondering is how are they going to handle him in the future, because do I think he's only Kitty or could he be something else? I think it's possible he could probably be able to change his form. Especially considering his communication with other characters, there's a very real chance he could turn into a human-like form, and I think they definitely do that for marketability to make him playable eventually. And I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't have an issue with that. I think it's very funny he is mainly a cat, though. And I like it. Them confirming that if we had gone to Lusaka, this was the end result. Damn. Potentially Herta becoming a beast and the third emperor, meaning another entity seeking destruction, is actually super rough. Like, this is her embarking on a blood-soaked campaign in the name of the third emperor, meaning either she becomes the third emperor or is influenced by them. Rough. Very cool design, though. That is cool as hell. Her almost taking on aspects of what Iron Tomb is actually crazy. And her willingness to face it seemingly alone, too. We have to give respect to that. So yeah, no. I was already thinking, okay, fine, they're confirming her as doing stuff in Amphoreus. I'd change her ranking. Yeah, I'll up that. I will up that respectfully. But damn. Damn.
Mature fall and embark on a blood-soaked campaign in the name of the Third Emperor.
The fact that every other world, aside from Edo Star, is given a terrible end. All the worlds that we were implied to go and visit. We were given Lusaka, and this is what supposedly happens as a result. We get a quiet ending, but things will go wrong again, and potentially Herta will die. If we go to the Agate world, we come across this girl, and that's not going to go very well either. And it'll lead to the warfare of... It's interesting to see. Jingliu has one of these, access to one. How? And it's Mara struck as well. You can see the hands in it. That's crazy. Like, is that meant to be a unique one, or is it like a destroyed version of Lightning Lord? God knows. Either way, it's sweet. And it's seen as a bad ending for her to potentially pursue and kill the Abundance. And it's interesting that so much of the Swarm is here. Why is the Swarm so involved? While the Morning Actors leads to a conflict with Zephyro, which we know caused the meteor belt to turn to glass. And, well, our boy. They show some really tragic imagery here as well.
Zephyro.
Showing the concept of the Trailblazers turning into the same sort of entities that bloody Acheron was trying to save. Ooh.
That's enough. Just
Like, look at them. Oh, it's rough, man. Danhang March, Sunday, Himiko.
thinking about it is scary. There'll be nothing we can do if it really ends that way.
Fortunately, Destiny is still on the right track. Only two possibilities remain.
So the chances are 50-50 in
Like my banner. Like my banner, man. Like my banner. Rough.
possibility A, the remembrance of Amphoreus will still head towards destruction.
See you tomorrow, little Gray.
Thank you for fulfilling my wish.
Stand with me and become heroes!
We will.
It feels like the ending has to transpire past both of these, though, in order for Amphoreus to actually be saved, because none of the endings that are currently accounted for are technically the positive one. So basically, in my mind, we have to hit this ending, and somehow, despite Amphoreus' destruction, it has to be restored. Meaning it has to be more than just the Code and the Scepter at that point. It has to be something more. Which, technically, in a way, it kind of is. Serene kept feeding our memories to something, we don't know what though. And we keep seeing allusions to her as a memo sprite seemingly large enough to almost hold Amphoreus in the palm of her hands. I'm imagining that she's storing it in the Path of Remembrance itself. And maybe that's how this gets saved. It's so cute that they give us this little extra bit of art tying them together. Finn with his back to us, goddamn.
Something like none that has come before.
The music is so nice still. I want some of these tracks just stand alone, for God's sake. Reaching out for it, but it's just the broken images, like the dead, the chimeras and
destruction.
stuff. Like, oh my God, that's actually... It's Bubbles! That's our Bubbles! Oh, Finn and Serene there. And Axa with the drummers.
We must become used to loss.
I don't know whose feet they were. I think that was Treeby, honestly.
In
No, I want to go back.
action, we must become used to loss. In
They do it so fast, man. This isn't fair. There. Mighty, Castoris, Hyacinth facing up to this arsehole. Yeah. Zeros and ones.
Or there's possibility B. Something more tempting, but also more terrible.
Like, either way, Amphoreus is being hinted to not have a positive ending, but one of the endings is where the Remembrance potentially freezes the entire universe. This world, like, the universe literally seems to end on Remembrance, which is kind of crazy that it could have been instigated by this, but I'm honestly not too surprised. The thing is, what is the actual trigger in my mind? Because Everknight's interference with Amphoreus already shows the capability of at least March within Amphoreus's path currently. It shows explicitly how powerful March is. This seems to be implied to be caused by Serene, though, and Serene doesn't seem the same level of powerful, I'll be honest.
till the end of time, when the remembrance becomes the fourth kind of finality.
It's like they're completely freezing time to prevent the interaction with Iron Tomb ever occurring. But it doesn't just impact
At
them.
least that ending will be gentle enough.
Because look, it's implied to be tying there. It's implied to be Serene.
Oh,
Which we know that every single seed, every single pure seed potentially has the possibility of becoming fully. So it's not impossible it'd be her, just I don't know. I kind of feel like that's a hard thing to accept it. I don't know if someone would just let that happen. That's quite the ask.
come on.
Or if it's a
Please,
willing choice, because here we are conscious seemingly during it.
sure it doesn't happen.
The gazes of the eons.
It's also very neat to see that Silverwolf is actually totally on board with trying to stop this. So it's become more than just like for fun times for the rest of them. Like in that pod over there, that's definitely Firefly out cold. So she's recuperating somehow, poor girl. And then we've got Kafka, Silverwolf and Blade all here earnestly watching over things. And all of them understand what's at stake and all of them are all for trying to stop it. Despite the things that got them lured into this by Elio in the first place probably were nothing to do with this, and they wouldn't have probably been like brought into the fold if Elio had just said to them at the beginning that, hey, if you don't do this, we're fucked. The entire universe is screwed. I don't think they would have been moved by that, any of them. Elio lured them in with their personal interests, Blade with the idea of a permanent death, Kafka with the idea of feeling something she just straight up doesn't understand, Firefly with the possibility of a future, Silverwolf with the potential for more than just being stuck in our little world. And through that, they've found things that make them not want to see the universe end. I think that's incredibly poetic in a way how it's been handled. And it just makes me want to see the Stellaron hunters more. It makes me sad that we don't get more of them. Maybe in the future we will, and we definitely should. The fact that they have been ever present in a way in Amphoreus, foretold it, planned ahead for it with the moment that the Trailblazer would interact with Fully in a sense and get that glance in order to remember their own, to have their own memories and figure out what's actually going on and why they were dumped with the Express. It's pretty incredible. I won't lie, I do really like the amount of foresight that they've actually baked into this group and into Elio as a whole. Now, give the cat. And it's also fun that if you put all the Stellaron hunters together on a team, you get an achievement that references the idea of saving the cat, which is a narrative device. But also, in this case, it's a double meaning, because if Elio is Kitty, then it refers to him directly too. And that means that he's potentially a direct reference to the idea of the saving the cat. But this is already alluding at a different ending. And you can literally see it here, a world with a branch coming out. My belief is that Amphoreus, in a sense, is becoming a seed. That all the memories that we had here are going to be able to be utilised to make Amphoreus its own world. And that the person that Serene was speaking to is probably another version of herself, the same one we saw monitoring us in the tomb. Rather than Fully. Fully's definitely been using her. But I do think that the version that March 7th met is probably the same entity that is likely observing her and observing Amphoreus currently. Which, good on her for giving March a warning to not enter. But I think the fact that everyone else was willing to enter changed how Serene handles this too. It's also very neat to see all of the artworks that we've officially gotten of the Chrysos appearing here.
Part and face farewells by embracing. Remember to take a deep...
So we're going to be facing the first So the two endings that they show, we're technically going to be probably on board for the first one, where we kill Iron Tomb and Amphoreus breaks apart because it is the scepter. Iron Tomb is the scepter. So, and Amphoreus exists as code within that scepter. So technically, Amphoreus, as we did know it, is gonna die alongside. It's a reuse of the concept they did before with the Elysian Realm and the self-sacrifice there, because by Elysia killing the Herta corruption, the corruption had taken too much of the Golden Courtyard / the Elysian Realm already. So by killing the Herta corruption, it destroyed the Elysian Realm. But this time, they're giving us an alternative potential possibility where Remembrance could end everything, but it could also save it. Maybe not due to the Aeon itself's influence, because fully it's highly concerning, if anything, but due to the wishes of the people who are on that path. This was a really cool Myriad Celestia trailer. I really rate it, if anything. This is really fun to think about. I still feel super bad for her, though. Absolutely crazy design. Absolutely insane that she could end up the third Emperor. I hope they allude to the design in the future, even if it never... Like, I don't ever want it to happen, because Herta deserves better than that, but damn. Damn. If we had just gone to Lusaka, Herta would have got involved so much that she would have died for it. That's rough. That's really rough. And it kind of proves me right. Our destination has got to be Eddostar. It has to be. Because all the others have bad outcomes. Even if we have a positive trailblazing expedition in a world, that doesn't mean that we're not... Like, the universe isn't screwed by proxy of us not being involved in moments where we're meant to be there. I'm all for it. If they prove me wrong somehow and pick another world completely different, I'm fine with that. But it's weird, again, that they're excluding Eddostar here. So I'll take it. I'll take that as a win. I'll link the video I made on Eddostar, if anything. But let's have a look at the description. Exterior of Amphoreus, night, the remembrance, the erudition, the destruction. Long ago, a woman said to the protagonist, your next choice will split your destiny in two. Now as Blank's finality draws near, the choice still remains. So who is Blank in this case? We'll find out, won't we? But yeah, no. I'm just kind of blown away a bit. Like, we get to see the direct outcome of potentially what would occur with the Xianzhou Alliance aim to kill. Meaning that they are able to be persuaded by Jingliu, but killing the Abundance isn't a good decision for the universe. The 8th Lord Ravager's ascending wings will sound. She ascends into a Lord Ravager. That's the implication here. So destruction is an ending as a result of Jingliu's actions.
The 8th Lord Ravager's ascending wings will sound, the prelude to divine war. As for...
Crazy. Like, multiple of the endings were shown technically are a result of destruction. We've got this one here, which has her turning into the third Emperor, which is obviously destruction connected as well, and a failure of erudition, but the erudition isn't actually one of the harbingers. Then we have Jingliu also becoming a Lord Ravager in the alternative position where the Agate Worlds matters and causing the end. And then we finally have this could either be destruction or nihility because of Zephyro's involvement. It seems like nihility because of what happens to the rest of the Express, which is what they turn into is... Here we go. tormented previous Pathstriders. Which is rough. It's really rough. And then in the case of Amphoreus' failings here, we either get the best ending where Amphoreus dies and it's a tragedy, but we don't know if anything happens beyond it, or the Remembrance's ending, where the universe is frozen to prevent the death of Amphoreus. Which, yeah, no, the possibilities are quote-unquote endless and very cool. But here we have 3 of our 4 options of alternative worlds leading to terrible things. Thanks, game. I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know that I was right about Edo stuff. Potentially. But yeah, no. Hope you guys had fun with this. Have a good night, morning, day, whatever time it is, wherever you guys are in the world, and take care of yourselves. This was too fun, man.